Part 77. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 761. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth rose slightly. This wave seems very profitable. For Fang Fan, the comprehensive promotion of the 8 legions under his command has also greatly improved the safety factor. After entering the ruins of the gods, I still don't know what kind of threats I will face. It is natural to be able to greatly expand my combat power now. Let's choose to be promoted to the 8-star 4-wing War Angel Legion and the 8-star Black Dragon Knight Legion. After entering the ruins of the gods, there may be many accidents. At that time, this kind of warrior who can immediately increase the combat power becomes more important. Fang Fan thought so in his heart, and immediately started the full operation. Ding! Consuming 25 billion king-level promotion cards, the 8-star 4-winged War Angel Army and the 8-star Black Dragon Knight Army were promoted to the 9-star king level. The journey of promotion begins completely. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, just as he expected. With 2 9-star king-level legions at the bottom, it is equivalent to having dozens of 9-star king-level quasi-true kings under his command. If nothing else, this is quite rare. A 9-star king-level quasi-true king can become a master of a 9th rank power. To put it bluntly, such an existence is already very rare to a certain extent. Lord! The 8 legions shouted in unison, and the combat power was soaring. Fang Fan nodded secretly, the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Very good. Very good. That's the rhythm. Let's go. It's our turn to pass this first level. Let's see the feeling of Wanjian piercing the heart. With Fang Fan's order, the entire army of appraisers affiliated with the palace of the human emperor was dispatched. Including Fang Fan himself, the 5 heroes, the 4 pets, and the 8 legions. In addition, there are 2 sisters, Yun Yun and Yun Xiao Xiao. It is quite rare for this pair of sisters to spend an 8-star king realm and a 9-star king realm. In the whole team, it seems that he is the lowest level. Except for Fang Fan, all of them are above the 8-star king realm. Well, not right, I almost forgot the last one. Brother Bai Biao. Fang Fan suddenly grinned at Bai Biao, his face full of smiles. Bai Biao secretly trembled, as long as Fang Fan showed this smile every time something bad was going to happen. Does he think he might be out of luck? This feeling, it's so real. You, what do you want to do? I haven't provoked you lately. Bai Biao took a deep breath, her lips were trembling slightly. Fang Fan looked surprised. I just want to have a better relationship with you. Why is this? Don't be nervous. I just think we brothers haven't talked together for a long time. I miss it quite a bit. Let's go. Accompany me through the 10,000 arrows through the heart. Let's work together. Fang Fan dragged Bai Biao directly into the myriad arrows piercing heart formation. Brothers, that's all for the sake of the brothers. Brother Bai Biao. Bravery. Brother Bai Biao. Your defense is really strong. This 10,000 arrows can't penetrate your defense. Fang Fan pushed Bai Biao and ran in the myriad arrows penetrating heart formation. I'm CAO. I knew that your kid didn't have a good heart at all. It turned out to be waiting for me here. Shameless. Despicable. Too shameless. It hurts. Ouch. Get a healing card for labor and management. Mad, what kind of damage healing card you have? It has no effect at all. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 762. Bai Biao's abuse continued. Fang Fan shrugged, helpless. I am already a king-level healing card, but it is still invalid for you, so what should I do? You are too high level, who can blame it? Fang Fan sighed, there are some things he can't control. Fang Fan and his party successfully cleared the customs. The first level of 10,000 arrows piercing the heart is not too simple. Even if you don't use the king level healing card, relying on the cultivation of heroes and pets, it's actually similar. Although this level is too much to test the blood bar of the 8-star King Realm cultivator is almost enough. Very good. The first level, 1 arrow piercing the heart, has all been assessed. Bright Camp, 4.1 billion examiners passed the first level. Dark Faction, 6.42 million examiners passed the first level. Congratulations. You are all well-deserved geniuses. Above the sky, Qin Hai, the inspector of the Golden Throne of the Holy Heaven Alliance, had a smile on his face. How many years? He didn't know how many years he had not felt such pleasure. Although the Bright Camp has been preaching how powerful it is in recent years, Qin Hai is very clear in his heart. In fact, the Bright Camp has really begun to fail. The last few wars were initiated by the Dark Camp, and the Light Camp had no choice but to resist. The strong, bullying the weak, this is very common in all realms. Natural selection, survival of the fittest. The law of survival of the jungle of the weak will always exist. Thinking of this, Qin Hai couldn't help but cast a grateful look at Fang Fan. This is all thanks to Fang Fan. Otherwise, after the first level, there will be no more than 5 million people who pass the assessment of the Bright Camp. The background of the Dark Camp is still very strong. Under such a difficult assessment, the pass rate is even more than 1/1,000. The Dark Camp should not be underestimated. This time, our Bright Camp should be the master of Fangfan Hall. Qin Hai smiled slightly and began to stretch out his hands, shouting loudly. Palace Master Fang Fan! Palace Master Fang Fan! Palace Master Fang Fan! There were a series of Hestian screams, and Fang Fan felt that his eardrums were about to be shattered. These guys work too hard. Compared with the happy situation on the side of the Light Camp, the situation on the side of the Dark Camp collapsed. Zurong, the messenger of the Demon Heaven Pavilion, has already captured more than a dozen people's heads. These heads all belong to the Dark Faction examiners. Hee, I killed all defectors. You have never defected to my Dark Camp, so of course I won't do it. But if anyone dares to choose rebellion, this messenger will take his head off. It's just a loss. What if all the members of the Bright Camp pass the first assessment? All the scumbags are screened out? Can they be compared to the great warriors of the Dark Camp? Relax. The final victory belongs to us. We should have such confidence. Fight. Fight to the end. In the next level assessment, give those madmen of the Bright Camp a fatal blow. The ruins of the gods are right in front of you, don't you want to go in and see? There are so many things inside, but they are all treasures. I picked up a top quality spirit crystal, and you will never lack cultivation resources in your life. Seeking wealth and danger. Those who have successfully obtained the quota for the relics of the gods will be rewarded by the Motion Pavilion. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 763. At this moment, Zurong, the envoy of the Demon Heaven Pavilion, can only try to motivate the examiners of the Dark Camp through this combination of hardness and softness. Morale is really low. For them, the first stage of the assessment battle made their scalps go numb. Those initial ambitions have all been rubbed off. Looking at this group of guys with low morale, Zurong really wanted to kill them all. Bunch of trash. Just know that blocking the front disturbs the line of sight. But the next battle, I really need these wastes to go out. Those who get the place for the relic of the gods will be rewarded with a devil fruit from the motion pavilion. Zhurong gritted his teeth and said firmly. Devil fruit? Lord Angel, is this true? You didn't deceive us, did you? Yeah, this surprise caught us off guard. Hey, this is too exciting. If there is a devil fruit, my cultivation realm will be able to be promoted to one level again. Hey. The devil fruit is a divine item rewarded by the gods of the dark camp. It's not just as simple as improving one's cultivation. It is said that after eating it, it will be able to directly communicate with the gods of darkness. Hey, to have such an effect, it's too scary. I want the devil fruit too. Ah, I must get a place to enter the ruins of the gods. Fight for the dark side. Fight for the dark gods. Kill all the light dogs. The heavens and the world will eventually be shrouded in darkness. Morale, soaring. It looks magnificent. Zhurong, the messenger of the demon heaven pavilion, breathed a sigh of relief. As long as these idiots can revive their morale, it will be a good thing. At least it shows that the current situation still has a chance to be restructured. Sunshine of the bright camp. And the boy from the bright camp who dared to play with him. It seems to be called Fang Fan? The lord of the palace of the emperor? A mere 9th rank power lord? The existence of such a spicy chicken dares to show his swordsmanship to him. Just looking for death. Second level, heart demon devouring soul. In front is the spirit devouring array jointly created by the masters of the light camp and the dark camp. The examiners who enter it will be directly attacked by the boundless demons. If you pass the demon devouring spirit formation, you will pass the assessment. This level, I have to make it clear to you that the passers-by are very likely to be entangled by inner demons and die. If they can't get rid of the inner demons earlier, they may be directly trapped in the inner demon blood formation. If you really feel that you can't pass, you will immediately scream and admit defeat, and you will be directly repelled by the demon devouring spirit formation. However, in most cases, you who are caught in the spirit devouring formation have no chance to call out these two words at all. Whether this level is willing to continue, it is entirely up to you voluntarily. The Holy Heaven Alliance will not force you. Breakthrough, it's an opportunity. If you can't make it through, it's a dead end. Qin Hai said with a serious face, this is a matter of life. This kind of inner magic level is different from the ordinary level. To be precise, it is not very related to the cultivator's realm and cultivation. And some of the second generation of playboys who built up on the treasures of heaven and earth, have never eaten at all, and are likely to be eliminated directly. In general, the more people who join the pass, the more people who pass the final screening. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 764. From Qin Hai's point of view, he naturally hoped that the more people involved, the better. After all, the more bright camp examiners who pass the assessment in the end, it is beneficial to the overall development trend of the bright camp. But since Qin Hai was able to explain his interests so clearly, he obviously didn't want to deceive everyone. This quality is quite noble. I finally passed the first level, how could I stop here? Of course we have to keep going. What if you're lucky, the ruins of the gods? Who doesn't want to go in and see? My generation of cultivators, are you still afraid of death? To be honest, it doesn't matter anymore. Battle. Fight. Fight. Fight to the end. The morale of the bright camp seems to be quite high. Just as everyone was cheering for themselves, the first batch of passers-by of the dark camp had already rushed out, directly breaking into the spirit-devouring formation. It's only been a minute since I went in, but I didn't have much reaction, everything is relatively normal. Just when everyone was a little slack, and felt that the heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation was nothing more than this. Die. Die. Bastard. I killed you. Behead. Behead this emperor. Haha, I am Haoshan Supreme. Who dares to refuse? Pavilion Master of Motion Pavilion? What is that? In Luminary Galaxy, Pavilion Master of Motion Pavilion is not worthy of my shoes. And that's wrong. Isn't a little devil angel from the Devil's Pavilion a high-level bastard? What is he pretending? What is he pretending to be? Does he have the qualifications? You can crush him with a little finger. Big brother, I was wrong. It's not a brother or a person, I blame my sister-in-law for being so charming. Convert to Buddhism. Put down the butcher knife. Don't hit me. Ah, I was wrong, please, let me go. Haha. I'm a spy of the Bright Camp. A group of dark camp cultivators who fell into the heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation completely exposed themselves. Telling the truth after drinking, probably similar to this scene? Although these people have not been drunk yet, they are actually completely unconscious when they are entangled by their inner demons. At this time, they think that he is the only one in the whole world, so they can scream as much as they want, and no one dares to care. This kind of heart seems very real. Immediately, he said all the things he would not dare to say on weekdays. I have done all the things that I dare not do on weekdays. Chaos to explosion. The pioneers of this group of dark camps have set a good example for the latecomers. Bastard. Zurong, the messenger of the demon heaven pavilion, was almost smoking his nose. These bastards, what are you thinking in your heart? 8 out of 10 want to kill him. Is it so cool to punch him in the face? Is he so annoying? And, there are actually a large number of Bright Camp spies in here. Why didn't you find it before? Memorize the names of the spies of the Bright faction who have self-declared their identities. Give me a thorough investigation. Zurong clenched his fists tightly, killing intent in his eyes. Everyone blew up their identities, so they have to make some sort of reaction, right? I don't want to continue to go through the level. Me too. I'm sure I can't get through, I'll just forget it. I want to quit too. Then we are together. The assessors of the dark camp panicked instantly. Who doesn't have a little secret? After being tossed by the inner demons and saying everything, will they still be able to gain a foothold in the dark camp in the future? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 765. Who dares to escape at this moment, and the spy is the same crime. Zurong, the envoy of the Demon Heaven Pavilion, roared, and immediately said, in this situation, it is natural to stop the chaos. If this group of people gave up the assessment one by one because of fear, then their dark camp is really cold this time. Don't worry. Unless you are a spy, even if you threaten to kill me, I will never pursue it. Seeing that the situation was on the verge of collapse, Zurong hurriedly added another sentence. He is also afraid. If it really collapsed, where would he go to reason? At this moment, in the spirit-devouring formation. Ah, go to hell. Go away. I killed you. Kill kill kill. Bang bang bang. The sound of explosions suddenly came, and the heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation has completely become the source of the explosion at this moment. Before these dark camp assessors were just rumors, but now they are completely caught in a kind of crazy self-destruction. Someone wiped his neck with a knife. And he stripped himself naked and strangled himself to death. There are even more wonderful people, who simply cover their mouths and noses with their hands directly and suffocate themselves to death. All in all, how wonderful things come about. After watching this kind of scene too much, the bloody feeling has been completely eliminated, and it was replaced by a comedy effect. All I can say is don't be too weird. About half an hour has passed, and most of the first batch of Dark Faction examiners who entered the Heart-devouring Spirit-devouring formation have been killed. Of the 10,000 examiners, only about 1,000 survived successfully. Among the more than 1,000 people, a small part of them were lucky enough to admit defeat, and then were kicked out of the demon-devouring formation. In the end, only 1/10 of them passed successfully. This is the current situation. It is hard to believe, but you can only choose to believe. The death rate is too high. This demon-devouring spirit formation is too terrifying. And it's not like the 10,000 arrows piercing the heart formation in the first level. The 10,000 arrows piercing the heart formation is cruel, but at least it can save a dog's life. Here, you can't even save a dog's life. Hey, this situation is both bitter and helpless. Otherwise, let's quit, shall we? I think it works. Life is important. Yeah, it's not worth it if you lose your life. That's it. The appraisers in the Bright camp are also in a state of panic at this moment. Not everyone is immune to life and death. Facts have proved that in fact, most people still have to hesitate in the face of life and death. 9 deaths, even if I survive in the end, I may not be able to get a place to enter the ruins of the gods. Even if you finally enter the ruins of the gods, there is no guarantee that you will be able to come out. Even if he came out, he wouldn't necessarily bring many treasures with him. With these treasures, you may not really be able to use. All in all, the risk is somewhat less worthwhile than the uncertain ending. Pity. Qin Hai, the inspector of the Golden Throne of the Holy Heavenly Alliance, sighed lightly. Although he felt a little pity in his heart, it was impossible for him to force everyone to obey his orders at this moment. Life or death is their own choice. Fang Fan stood there, his eyebrows raised slightly, and a smile suddenly appeared at the corners of his mouth. It's time, it's finally here. After waiting so long, it paid off. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 766. Ding. Unlimited business opportunities have been detected, and the random task promotion of serum cards is now released. Task Introduction. Facts have proved that the serum card can remove all the soul poison, spiritual poison and other toxins from the creature, and even eliminate various negative effects, temporarily suppress the breeding of inner demons. You can take this good opportunity to sell a wave of kings in an all-round way. Level Serum Card, selling serum cards for over 10 billion divine crystals. Time limit, 1 day. Task Reward, the host is unconditionally promoted to a level. Mission Penalty, System Favorability -100. Remarks, you are already a mature supplier, you should know how to regulate the market, seize business opportunities, and snatch a fortune. Fang Fan actually discovered the business opportunity of serum from the very beginning. It just hasn't been expressed directly. The reason is for a wave of the routine dog system. Isn't the task reward delicious? Unconditional promotion to a level, such a reward is too tempting for Fang Fan. His promotion, to a certain extent, also represents the comprehensive upgrade of the 5 heroes under his command. At this moment, Fang Fan is already a 6-star king, and he is promoted to a 7-star king. Then the 5 heroes under his command will also be promoted to the 10-star king realm. Inspector Qin Hai, maybe, I can make all the appraisers eliminate their fears. Fang Fan smiled lightly and looked at Qin Hai. This kind of thing, still has to cooperate with Qin Hai, the real power Golden Seat Inspector of the Holy Heaven Alliance. On his own, it is very likely that he will be targeted. Palace Master Fang Fan, what can you do? Qin Hai's eyes lit up, and he immediately smiled. Fang Fan's previous operations were all in his eyes. Without the king level healing cards sold by Fang Fan, the Bright Camp would not be as prosperous as it is now. King level serum card, it can eliminate all the soul poison, spiritual poison, and even all negative effects on the king level creature, making itself in an ethereal state. Once this kind of king level serum card is used on the examiners, it is absolutely impossible for them to be aroused by inner demons in a short period of time. It's equivalent to them temporarily possessing a clean body, not only physically, but also spiritually. In this way, they will not be affected in the slightest after entering the demon-devouring spirit formation. Fang Fan chuckled and then explained the effects of the king-level serum card. How can there be such a fetish in the world? Every treasure that can suppress the demons is invaluable. Palace Master Fang Fan, stop joking. Qin Hai never said a word, and the Ginza inspector Gong Sun Cheng quickly shook his head, obviously not believing it. Haha, the previous king-level healing card, why did you believe it at first? Fang Fan shrugged and asked a question. I believe in Hall Master Fang Fan. Qin Hai suddenly said loudly and forcefully. Since there is such a god card, let's sell it quickly. Don't delay. Palace Master Fang Fan, if you need anything, just tell me, as long as I, Qin Hai, can do it, I will never refuse. If the bright camp can shine in the ruins of the gods this time, the master of Fang Fan's hall will be credited. I will report to the Shengtian League to ask for the credit of the hall master Fang Fan. Qin Hai took a few deep breaths, although he rationally told him that this kind of card is too ridiculous. After all, it involves such a mysterious thing as inner demon. But seeing Fang Fan's righteous appearance, coupled with the success of the previous wave of cooperation, Qin Hai resolutely chose to believe it. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 767. Hee, thank you so much. Fang Fan smiled lightly and immediately started selling serum cards. Begin the process as always, as before. Fang Fan started to set up a stall, and the Golden Throne Inspector of the Holy Heaven Alliance acted as an advertising spokesperson. Buy a king-level serum card to avoid the harassment of inner demons. Pass the assessment smoothly. The price of the king-level serum card and the king-level healing card is the same, and both are 5 divine crystals. Only practitioners of the Bright Camp can buy it. Come and buy it. Do you still want to go through the demon-devouring spirit formation? Do you still want to enter the ruins of the gods? Do you still want to go to the sky? Only 5 divine crystals are needed. Please give yourself a chance. The propaganda has been completely out. With the previous fan base, the sales were quite hot at the beginning. Palace Master Fang Fan is simply too much. He even came up with this kind of thing. As expected of the king of reliability. It's really too reliable. Hey, I was going to give up and continue the assessment. I felt that I would definitely fail, but now, I am full of fighting spirit again. Brother, you have the same thoughts as me, and only Hall Master Fang Fan is really good. Palace Master Fang Fan, take me to fly. A wave of flying. Hey, are we thinking too well? Only 5 divine crystals are sold for fetishes that can resist inner demons? Why do you think it's so fake? You didn't lie to me on purpose, right? Deliberately deceived? It doesn't exist. What are you deceiving? Deceiving you with 5 divine crystals. Well, it's not expensive anyway, buy one and see the effect. Give me one, be prepared. Anyway, if there is such a thing, I will go to the heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation. My generation of cultivators should go against the sky. Give me one too. What if it works? I'll take one too. Although the business is booming, most of them simply buy one. Obviously, they still have a wait-and-see attitude towards this king-level serum card. Dark Camp. What's going on with the Bright Camp? Why is it so messy? That kid again? What are you messing with? Zurong, the envoy of the Demon Heaven Pavilion, frowned. Because of the previous king-level healing card incident, he is now paying special attention to the movement on the side of the light camp. Especially about Fang Fan, there may be many accidents at every turn. Who can resist this kind of thing? Naturally, full vigilance is required. It seems to be a kind of serum card. It is said that it can resist the harassment of inner demons. Lord Angel of Heaven, the assessors of the Bright Camp should all hold such a god card. We can't do it? Yes, Lord Angel, you have an idea. The elites of our dark camp die a lot at every turn. This is not good. This is absolutely impossible. Or else I will fight with them. I think it's reliable. Otherwise, just fight. Anyway, sooner or later, you will die. Hee, just according to the current situation, our dark camp is completely at a disadvantage. It's too miserable, isn't it? When has our dark camp suffered this grievance? That's right, one general is incompetent and exhausts 1,000 troops. Look at the leadership ability of the Golden Throne Inspector from the Bright Camp. We are here, we know how to kill? Killing is a feather in the end. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 768. The crowd from the dark camp immediately began to curse. The spearhead pointed directly at Zurong, the envoy of the Demon Heaven Pavilion. At the beginning, he was just complaining, and then he simply despised it directly and secretly. It has to be said that there is still some gap between the dark camp and the light camp. Things like this are basically unlikely to happen in the light camp. Even if the Inspector Qin Haijinzuo in the Bright Camp is doing his best work, most of the members of the Bright Camp will only say a few words in secret, and it is impossible to start accusing Sang and scolding Huai directly in front of him. But in the Dark Camp, everyone is full of temper, and if things are not handled well, this matter is not over at all. Shut me all up. Zurong, the envoy of the Demon Heaven Pavilion, took a few deep breaths and almost vomited out a mouthful of blood. When are these bastards still fighting in the nest? Is the feeling of being in the nest so cool? Don't know how to solve it quickly? What's the use of targeting him? The Bright Camp has produced such a wonderful boy, what can he do? As for killing the past directly at this moment, that is even more of a reckless move. The previous god's contract was not so easy to sign. Now that it's signed, you have to abide by the rules. If the rules cannot be kept, then it will not be simply that he, the angel of the demon, was killed by God's punishment. At that time, on the entire battlefield, the Bright Camp will receive the help of a contract of God, and the combat power will be greatly increased. And the Dark Camp will be suppressed by the power of the contract of God because it violates the contract of God. Under this situation, the Dark Camp will lose. All of you are stupid. Isn't this just a smoke bomb released by the Bright Camp? Why do you still believe it one by one? They just want to get us out of our way so we can get to their secrets. Who knew you idiots would actually believe it? How can you get a treasure that can restrain your inner demons? Look at it, the pass rate of the Bright Camp will only be lower than ours. Zurong raised his head proudly, looking confident. A miracle happens once is enough. The probability of miracles happening one after the other in one day is almost zero. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a miracle. Those assessors of the Bright Camp have passed the level. The first batch of more than 10,000 people. Why don't they call? Yeah. Why do they appear so casual and simple in the heart demon devouring spirit formation? What's going on? The demon devouring spirit formation has no effect on them. Is this method of breaking the formation ineffective? Ha ha ha, don't snatch it from me, I must seize this good opportunity. Everyone, follow me. The heart demon devouring spirit formation has failed. Brothers of the dark camp, rush together. The ruins of the gods are right in front of you. Break through. Break through. The appraisers of the dark camp saw that the appraisers of the light camp were so relaxed, and they all thought that there was something wrong with the heart-devouring spirit formation, and they rushed over, preparing to pick up a wave. Pain. Kill. Kill you. Strangle you. I am a god. I am a great god. Spicy chicken Zurong. Take us to a dead end. Zurong, we've seen you upset for a long time, die. Bang bang bang. The explosion sound came one after another. Those assessors of the dark camp are heading towards the end again one by one. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 769. In their eyes, picking leaks is actually sending them to death. The reason why everyone in the bright camp can pass the assessment smoothly is because they hold the serum card. When the serum card is activated, all the poisonous soul poison on their body, including all forms of toxins, are completely emptied. At this moment, they are flawless and unsullied bodies. It is no exaggeration to say that they are saints at this moment. The bright faction examiners who are in a state of no distractions will naturally be able to pass the mind-devouring spirit formation without any pressure. The heart demon devouring spirit formation, which had an average passing time of more than half an hour, was abruptly reduced to 3 minutes by these bright camp examiners holding serum cards. The total length of the so-called heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation was only tens of thousands of meters, and it would not take a few minutes to run at full strength. This king-level serum card really works. For the first time, more than 10,000 bright camp examiners have a 100% pass rate. Palace Master Fang Fan, you once again led the wave of the bright camp. You really are very human. At this moment, Qin Hai, the inspector of the Golden Throne of the Holy Heaven Alliance, is completely convinced by the other party, too strong. Long live Hall Master Fang Fan. Hey hey hey, follow Palace Master Fang Fan, we all have meat to eat. Ha ha ha, you have to hoard a few more for such an inexpensive serum card. Palace Master Fang Fan, give me 1,000,000. Sorry, today's limit is 10. Fang Fan shrugged helplessly. The dog system is quite proficient in the way of doing business. It feels that doing so can tie customers to a greater extent. That is to say, it attracts more repeat customers. Regardless of whether it works or not, anyway, just try it first. The appraisers of the bright camp successfully passed the test with these king-level serum cards, and Fang Fan was able to take advantage of this to almost make a fortune. A great deed that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the task promotion of serum cards. Ding! Get a reward, the host is unconditionally promoted to a level. Whew! Cool! Fang Fan stretched and felt comfortable. Successfully promoted from the 6-star king realm to the 7-star king realm. And the 5 heroes under his command also felt the changes brought about by the promotion with excitement. You, what realm are you now? 10-star king level weak true king? Strong true king? Or, the ultimate true king? Fang Fan took a breath and looked a little excited. According to the theory that the hero level cannot be higher than Fang Fan's 3 levels, when Fang Fan is promoted to the 7-star king realm, the 5 heroes should also be promoted to the 10-star king realm. I just don't know which realm it belongs to. The 10-star king realm. My lord, it is the realm of the weak real king. Galen took the lead in the transmission. Along with other heroes also follow the voice transmission. Fang Fan sighed a little, although he knew that this was the biggest possibility and he was mentally prepared, he was still a little disappointed. If you can be promoted to the real king realm at one time, it will be cool. In the current battlefield, it can completely sweep everything. Sure enough, the heart is not enough to swallow the elephant, a little too greedy. Fang Fan chuckled lightly and then relaxed. It is also a happy event that there are 5 more 10-star king level weak and true kings under his command. Compared with the lively and exciting scenes of the bright camp, the dark camp is bleak. There was no smile on the face of Zhurong, the envoy of the Demon Heaven Pavilion. I don't even want to put on a fake smile at the very least. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 770. At this moment, it is the most severe. The bright camp has actually found a way to pass through the heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation 100% without damage. It's that damn serum card. At first, Zhurong patted his chest and said that this was just a smoke bomb that the bright camp used to fool them. And obviously, now it's slapped in the face. Many times, Zhurong also wanted to directly lead the army of the dark camp to kill it. It's so frustrating to go on like this. Suffocated to the end, I can't get anything, and I'm also provoked. But thinking about it in the end, Zhurong chose to give up. He didn't have the guts yet. The only ones who are dead now are the elites of the dark camp of hundreds of thousands and millions. But if there is really going to be a war, it's not as simple as hundreds of thousands or millions. Maybe it will become a billion trillion. Under the constraints of God's contract, he can only choose to forbear. You are all warriors of the dark camp. If you stop now, wouldn't it make the bright camp laugh? Now I promise you in place of motion pavilion. Those who have passed through the heart-devouring spirit-devouring formation will be directly rewarded with a devil fruit. Those who successfully get the place for the relics of the gods will be rewarded with 3 more. Zhurong has lost his temper after being tossed, so he can only take out the treasure at the bottom of the box. At the beginning, Zhurong also promised the devil fruit in order to win over the hearts of the dark camp examiners, but at that time he promised to get a reward for the place of the god's relic. As it is now, if you can finally get the place for the relic of the gods, you will be able to reward at least 4 devil fruits. And the devil fruit has an irresistible temptation for practitioners of the dark camp. Made, for the demon god fruit, fight. Grass. If the labor and capital are lucky enough to pass the heart demon devouring spirit formation, then I will get the demon god fruit and go straight away. This temptation, I can't refuse. Go on. The practitioners of the dark camp each looked at each other, gritted their teeth secretly, and decided to rush forward. When they passed the first level, 10,000 arrows penetrating the heart, there were only about 6 million left in the dark camp's 5 billion assessors. After going through another round of screening by the demon-devouring spirit formation, it was only a matter of killing 90% of the examiners. In the end, only 700,000 dark faction examiners were left behind. There is no doubt that those who can pass through 2 levels without any external force are elites. Absolutely elite. For the major forces, the loss of 1 will hurt the bones. Basically, the realm is above the 7-star king realm, and there are some more powerful 6-star king realm. As for the 5-star king realm examiner, there is no 1 in 10,000. The highest realm can reach the 9-star king level quasi-true king realm. Zhurong secretly analyzed from the side that the essence of the dark camp is the one screened out layer by layer. After the screening of 2 levels, the dark camp's billions of assessors lineup is only 700,000. And the anti-light camp, still makes my scalp feel numb. 4.1 billion, or 4.1 billion. 2 powerful levels, basically did not filter out people. Zhurong's face suddenly gloomy, there are too many people in the dark camp. And the next assessment, the test is the strength of the team. Once all the appraisers of the light camp are twisted together to attack the dark camp in an all-round way, the dark camp will be completely cornered. The situation, Will it change?